Liam Hart used to trust no one until Alara Wynne slipped into his life with soft eyes and a kinder heart than he deserved. But one vicious lie shattered everything. He walked away without listening, and she never tried to stop him. Years passed. One night, a piercing hospital alarm echoed through the corridors. Liam looked up, annoyed until he saw the stretcher, until he saw her, pale, injured, fighting for life. As doctors rushed her past him, something inside him broke. The woman he once abandoned was now the only truth he had left. And this time, he couldn't run. Liam Hart never believed in second chances. He believed in control, precision, and clean endings, things that didn't hurt, things that didn't leave scars. But Alara Wynne was the one exception. The one woman who slipped past his walls without trying. She didn't seduce him with words or chase him with promises. She simply cared. And that softness, dangerous, disarming softness, was what made him fall. And what made him break. 2 years ago, he walked into her apartment with a rumor burning in his chest. A lie whispered in his ear by someone he trusted more than he should have. "She's cheating on you, Liam. I saw her. She isn't who you think she is." He didn't even ask Alara. Didn't question her. Didn't pause long enough to look into her eyes. He ended it with cold, clipped words and walked out before she could speak. She stood there in the doorway, confused, trembling, still in her scrubs, watching him shut her out without mercy. She trusted him once. He didn't trust her back. But that chapter was dead now, or so he thought. Tonight, Liam Hart stood in the hospital corridor, bored and irritated. His business partner had collapsed during a meeting, and Liam had rushed him here. Paperwork, signatures, endless waiting. His phone wouldn't stop buzzing with messages, but he didn't lift his eyes. Work kept him sane. A loud alarm suddenly sliced through the quiet. "Trauma incoming. Move. Please, serious blood loss." The nurses rushed past him, the wheels of the stretcher squealing sharply. Liam didn't care. These emergencies didn't concern him until he heard a voice, one he had buried so deep inside he had convinced himself it didn't matter anymore. Female, mid-20s, significant lacerations, hypotensive, she's fading fast. Push the line. His head snapped up. One glance, 1 second, and his world collapsed under him. It was her, Lara. Her hair was messy, soaked with sweat and streaked with blood. A mask covered her face. Her hand dangled weakly off the stretcher, pale fingers shaking. A nurse tried to hold pressure on a wound near her abdomen as they rushed her inside. Time stopped. His breath vanished. His chest hollowed out. The word barely escaped him. Strangled, broken. No one stopped. No one looked at him. They rolled her down the hallway faster. He followed without thinking. "Sir, you can't go past this point." A nurse tried to block him. But Liam wasn't listening. His heart raced violently, pounding against his ribs. He hadn't seen her in years. He didn't even know she still lived in the city. He didn't know she worked here. He didn't know anything because he never asked. She trusted him. He abandoned her. And now she was slipping away in front of him. What happened to her? He demanded, grabbing the side of the stretcher as they pushed it toward the trauma room. "Sir, move. What happened?" The doctor shot him a brief glance. "We don't know yet. She was found collapsed in the parking lot. Severe blood loss. Possible internal injuries. Step back now." The trauma room doors slammed shut, locking Liam out. He stood there, chest heaving, palms shaking, a man who had never trembled a day in his life. His mind raced back to the last time he saw her, her eyes full of confusion, her voice soft, barely above a whisper. "What did I do?" He didn't answer then. He didn't have the courage to face her truth. Now he might never get to. Minutes passed. Or hours. He couldn't tell. He paced the hallway, running a hand through his hair, guilt clawing at him like a living thing. He had left her when she needed him most, believing a lie instead of the woman who loved him. He'd always told himself it was the right decision, that he was better off without her. But seeing her like this, unconscious, fighting for life, made every excuse, every justification, every ounce of pride feel disgusting. "Please," he whispered to no one, "please don't die." The hallway was empty except for him. He sank into a chair, elbows on his knees, face buried in his hands. He wasn't used to feeling helpless. He wasn't used to fear. But tonight, fear consumed him whole. Footsteps approached, and a nurse stopped in front of him. "Are you a relative?" "No," Liam breathed. "But I need to know if she's his." Voice cracked. The nurse softened. "She's in critical condition, but alive. The doctors are working. You should wait." He nodded, barely hearing her. He stared at the trauma room doors. The doors hiding the only person who ever made him feel human. He remembered her laugh, her warmth, The way she touched him like he wasn't a monster. He remembered the night he broke her, how she didn't scream, didn't fight, didn't beg. She just cried silently as he walked away. He remembered every part he tried to forget, and now, he might lose her forever. He leaned back against the wall, breath heavy, chest tight, all the things he never said, all the things he never apologized for, hung over him like a weight crushing his lungs. He whispered into the empty corridor, voice shaking, "Elara, please hold on. I can't lose you, not like this." It was the first honest thing he had said in years. And he said it too late. Liam didn't remember standing up. He didn't remember walking toward the trauma room again and again, only to be told to sit, wait, breathe. None of that mattered. His mind replayed the image of Elara's blood on the stretcher over and over, until the hospital walls felt too tight around him. He had faced hostile takeovers, billion-dollar losses, boardroom wars, but nothing had ever terrified him like the thought of losing her. A door clicked, he shot up instantly, heart hammering. A doctor stepped out, pulling off his gloves. Exhaustion etched into every line of his face. Liam braced himself. Is she alive? The doctor studied him for a beat, as if trying to place who he was in her life. Friend, stranger, ex-lover, regretful ghost. She's alive, the doctor finally said. Liam's knees nearly gave out, but the doctor continued. We stabilized her vitals temporarily. Her blood pressure dropped dangerously low. She's severely dehydrated, exhausted, and suffered a collapse due to internal strain, possibly overworking. We're running further tests. Liam blinked. Internal strain. Overworking. Elara was a nurse. He knew what their shifts looked like. Long, brutal, unforgiving. But why had she been alone in the parking lot? Why was she bleeding? Why was she so weak she couldn't even call for help? What caused the blood loss? Liam asked, voice low. A nasty fall. The doctor replied. She might have fainted before she hit the ground. His chest tightened. Elara never fainted. Elara never showed weakness. Something was very wrong. Can I see her? Liam asked. The doctor hesitated. Family only. Liam swallowed hard. He didn't have the right. Not after what he did. But something inside him snapped. I'm not leaving, he said quietly. Not tonight. The doctor looked at him again, reading the desperation layered beneath his calm exterior. Something softened. She's unconscious, he finally said. If you want to sit with her, I'll allow it. Just don't disturb her. Liam let out a shaky breath. Thank you. The doctor motioned toward a dim hallway. Liam followed him into a quiet recovery room. Machines beeped softly. He stepped inside, and the world stood still. Elara lay on the bed, pale and motionless, and, for running into her arm, her dark hair was messy, sprawled across the pillow. Her breathing was shallow but steady. Liam froze at the doorway, fingers curled at his sides. She looked smaller, fragile, like she'd been carrying the weight of the world alone. He approached her slowly, each step heavier than the last. His heart twisted painfully at the sight of a small bruise near her temple, the dried blood on her shirt, the bandage wrapping her side. He sat beside her, elbows on his knees, just watching her breathe. I never thought I'd see you like this, he whispered. The room didn't answer. Only her heart monitor did, steady and soft. He leaned back, studying her face, the same softness he used to touch, the same warmth he used to wake up to. The same woman he abandoned because of one poisonous lie. I should have asked, he murmured. I should have trusted you. His fingers brushed lightly across the blanket, close to her hand but not touching. He didn't deserve to touch her, not yet. Maybe not ever. I was a coward, he continued, voice breaking. You deserved better than the man I was. A memory flashed across his mind, the day he ended things. Her standing in the doorway, disbelief flooding her eyes. Liam, please, tell me what I did. And he had said nothing, not a word. He left her drowning in confusion and heartbreak. He clenched his jaw now, as if punishing himself all over again. I'm sorry, he whispered, even though she couldn't hear. I'm so damn sorry. He leaned closer, voice shaking more than he wanted to admit. When I saw you on that stretcher, it felt like my heart stopped. I didn't think I could feel something like that anymore. His hand finally moved, gently covering hers. She didn't react, but the warmth of her skin nearly unmade him. He lifted her hand and pressed it to his forehead. I shouldn't be here, he whispered, but I can't leave. A soft knock broke the silence. A nurse stepped inside. Sir, I need to check her vitals. Liam stood instantly, moving aside but staying close. The nurse adjusted Elara's for checked her pulse, her oxygen levels. She glanced at Liam. You're close to her, she asked. His throat tightened. I was, he said quietly, and I want to be again. The nurse studied him, then nodded. Then don't let her wake up alone. When the nurse left, Liam sat again, this time closer. He watched her chest rise and fall, watched the faint tremble of her eyelashes, watched the slow color returning to her cheeks. Hours passed. He didn't move. Not until her fingers twitched. Liam froze. His breath caught a lot. He whispered nothing, but her hand shifted again, weakly, like she was reaching for someone. His heart pounded. He slid his hand into hers gently. I'm here, he whispered. I'm right here. Her eyelids fluttered, just a flicker, just enough to make hope explode inside him. He leaned in, voice trembling. Please wake up. I need you to wake up. I need to tell you everything. Her lips parted slightly. A soft breath escaped her, then dashed. The heart monitor beep suddenly spiked. Liam's blood ran cold. Doctors rushed in. Step back. He stumbled away, chest tight, panic swallowing him whole as they surrounded her again. Not again. Not now. Not when he had just found her. Stay with me, Alara, he whispered from the doorway, eyes burning. Please, don't leave before I can make things right. Her heartbeat fluttered and everything hung. Between life and loss, the room erupted into chaos. Her blood pressure is crashing. Get another line in now. She's going hypoxic. Increase oxygen. Liam stood frozen near the doorway, helpless as the team surrounded Alara. His heartbeat thudded in his ears, drowning out everything except the jagged beeps of her monitor. He'd watched empires rise and fall. He'd survived corporate betrayals, lawsuits, everything a CEO could face. But nothing felt as terrifying as watching Alara slip away again. Why is this happening? He demanded, stepping forward. A nurse blocked him with a firm hand. Sir, please, let us work. He gripped his hair, pacing in the hall as the team fought to stabilize her again. Minutes stretched into hours at least, it felt that way. Finally, the door opened. A doctor stepped out, removing his mask with a long exhale. Liam rushed forward. Is she stable? He asked, voice unsteady. For now, the doctor replied, but she's extremely weak. Her collapse wasn't random. What do you mean? The doctor hesitated. She's been pushing her body beyond its limits, working double shifts, barely eating, barely sleeping. Stress like that can break anyone. Liam's gut twisted painfully. Alara had always put others first, cared until she forgot to care for herself. Why was she in the parking lot? Liam asked quietly. No idea. She had just finished a long shift. Maybe she was heading home. Her blood sugar dropped, she fainted, and the fall caused the bleeding. Liam closed his eyes briefly. Can I see her now? The doctor nodded. Just keep it calm. She needs rest more than anything. Liam stepped inside the room again. The machines had quieted, their beeping softer and more controlled. The chaos was gone, replaced by the dim stillness of recovery. Alara looked even smaller now, her skin pale, breaths shallow, but her heartbeat was steady, consistent. Fighting, he pulled a chair close, sinking into it, his shoulders heavy with guilt. You shouldn't have been alone, he whispered, brushing a loose strand of hair from her forehead. I should have been there. I should have never left. A soft rustle broke the silence. Her fingers shifted slightly. Then her eyelids trembled again. Liam leaned forward, hardly breathing. Alara, it's me. It's Liam. Her lashes lifted, just enough for a sliver of hazel eyes to appear. For a split second, confusion clouded her gaze, pain, exhaustion, fear, and then recognition. Her lips parted weakly. Liam. His heart clenched. Yes, he whispered, I'm here. A tear pooled at the edge of her eye. She tried to speak, but her throat tightened, her voice barely a breath. Why are you here? The question stabbed him straight through the chest. He squeezed her hand gently, afraid she might break if he held too tightly. Because I was wrong, he said, voice raw. Because I believed something I shouldn't have. Because the moment I saw you on that stretcher, I realized I couldn't live with losing you. Her brow furrowed weakly, her breaths shallow. You left. Her voice cracked. 2 words. 2 knives. I know, Liam whispered, leaning closer. And I've regretted it every day. Her eyes drifted slightly, unfocused. You didn't trust me. Liam swallowed hard. I trusted the wrong person. I let someone else's lie destroy what we had. A tear slid down her cheek, disappearing into the pillow. I never betrayed you, she whispered. I know, he said instantly. I know that now. And if I could take back every moment I made you feel unworthy, Alara, I swear, I would. She closed her eyes again, exhausted, A tremor ran through her fingers. "You shouldn't worry about me," she murmured. I'm fine." "You're not?" Liam said softly. "And you don't have to pretend you are." Her lips quivered. "I didn't want you to see me like this." "I'm glad I did," he whispered. "Why?" She breathed. "Because it made me realize what I threw away." Her chest rose shakily, almost like she was fighting tears she didn't have the strength to shed. "I don't know if I can forgive you," she whispered, but the honesty cut deeper than any blade. "You don't have to," Liam whispered. "Just let me make things right. Let me be here, even if it's only as someone who cares." She blinked slowly, her eyes fighting to stay open. "You cared once," she breathed. "I never stopped," Liam confessed. "I just didn't deserve to." Her breath hitched weakly. Liam cupped her hand between both of his carefully, afraid his regret might crush her. "I'm not leaving," he murmured. "Not tonight. Not tomorrow. Not until you're better. And not until you want me gone." Her eyes softened just a little. Not forgiveness. Not acceptance, but something small. Something fragile. Something new. A chance. She tried to speak again, but a sudden pain tightened across her expression. "Doctor," she whispered. Liam straightened instantly. "What's wrong?" "Alara, what hurts?" She winced. "My side. It's burning." Liam rushed out, calling for the nurse. Within seconds, a team returned. "Sir, step back." He moved aside, heart thudding violently as they examined her incision, adjusted her medication, boosted her fluids. Her breathing steadied after a few minutes, but her face remained tight with discomfort. "Pain is normal," the nurse said gently. "She's been through a lot. She needs rest." Liam nodded, though worry still twisted inside him. Alara's eyes drifted open again, barely. Her voice was fragile, almost fading. You came back." Liam reached for her hand again. "I'm not leaving this time," he promised, voice trembling. "Not even if you push me away." Her eyes closed slowly, exhaustion pulling her under again. But before sleep claimed her, she whispered one last fragile breath. "Stay, please." Liam bowed his head, tears finally escaping. "I will," he whispered into her hand. "I swear I will." As she drifted back into unconsciousness, Liam tightened his grip on her hand, determined to fight for the truth he should have believed long ago. The ICU felt painfully quiet. Liam stood outside Alara's room, his hands trembling as he replayed everything he had ever said to her without doubt. The anger, the way he walked away without giving her a chance. Now she lay inside, breathing through the machines that were keeping her alive. "Can I see her?" he whispered to the nurse. "Only for a few minutes." He stepped inside. Alara lay pale against the sheets, a bruise darkening her temple, her arm wrapped in bandages. But even in this fragile state, she looked like the strongest person he had ever known. Liam pulled a chair beside her and lowered his head. "Alara, I'm right here." His voice cracked. "I should have been here years ago." He reached for her hand, hesitating as if he didn't deserve to touch her, but then her fingers twitched, just barely. His breath caught. "I believed lies," he confessed softly. "I let pride ruin what we had. I didn't fight for you. I didn't protect you. I didn't even listen." Tears stung his eyes. "But if you wake up, if you give me even one chance, I swear I won't waste it." Minutes passed. Machines hummed. He thought she wouldn't respond. But then her eyelids fluttered. Liam shot up. "Alara, Ilara." "Hi, Mir." Her lips parted. "Eliam." A sound broke from him, half laugh, half sob as he took her hand carefully. "You scared the life out of me," he whispered. Her breath was shallow, weak. "Why are you here?" He swallowed hard. "Because I realized the truth too late. Because I never stopped loving you." Her eyes glistened, a single tear slipping down. "I waited," she whispered, "even when I shouldn't have." "I know," he said, his voice trembling, "and you deserved better than the man I was. But I'm not leaving you now. Not again." A small smile touched her lips, painful, fragile, but real. "I don't want you to." He leaned forward, pressing his forehead gently to her hand. "Then heal," he murmured. "Come back to me." Weeks later, after surgeries, therapy, and countless nights at her bedside, Alara finally took her first steps outside the hospital. Liam stayed beside her through every moment, quiet, patient, guilty, and hopeful. One evening, as they sat on the hospital rooftop watching the sunset, she looked up at him. "You really think we can fix this?" Liam took her hand gently. "We can start again. Not from the hurt," he paused, brushing a strand of hair from her face, "but from the truth." "And what's the truth?" she asked. "That losing you once broke me," he said. "And I won't survive losing you again." She studied him, searching for lies. But for the first time, she found nothing but sincerity. Elara leaned her head against his shoulder. "Okay, Liam," she whispered, "let's try again." And with that small promise, the wounds of the past finally began to heal carefully, beautifully. This time, they weren't walking away. This time, they were choosing each other. Forever. Don't miss the full story of love, regret, and second chances. If this touched your heart, hit like, drop a comment, and subscribe for more emotional stories that will keep you hooked till the last second. Share this video with someone who believes in second chances. Turn on notifications so you never miss the next heart-stopping chapter.